I want to go a little bit more into a softer space with heroes.
Mm.
Can you tell me about receiving the script for Heroes? And I know it made a lot. They made a lot of changes to it. It got
Yeah.
longer, things like that. Tell me about reading that, and what were your first reactions to getting to the page where Terrell dies, where Janet dies?
Well, to be 100% fair, we never read the script entire until we were almost done shooting the script, if you will, because of the way that and I'm sure you've talked about this with other people. The way that was shot it was what was called the second unit episode, and Annie Makita was directing it. So we'd be doing an episode, and they were doing, it was just supposed to be kind of almost like a clip show, that they were going to have this guy come in and he was just going to be, and everybody was going to piss him off and we might cut to some clips. It was kind of being the low budget episode that we were kind of using as the clip show. So that's how it started. And that changed when they got
Saul Rubinek. Yeah.
Yeah, to play Bregman. Because he came in with so many ideas that I know that there was some controversy because him and Rob were like rewriting the script as they went, because Saul's he's a writer, he's a director, he's and he's enthused about the stuff that he's part of. And he likes to be active in it. And Rob, being smart, sat back and don't turn your back on a good idea. So, and what was funny about it, because I remember Mike Greenberg was a little taken aback at the fact that this guy was kind of coming in and railroading the episode and making it about him, like that Saul was doing this in real life. And he was kind of like saying, like you gotta like Rick's not there, man, like you gotta like put this guy in his place. And I, as soon as I worked with Saul, I was kind of like, Mike, he's good, this is good stuff, I have nothing to say, what he's doing works. And so Mike was a little bit but it all worked, and it just kind of expanded from one episode into a two-parter and kept getting bigger because it was being shot like literally. I would like say, for example, I would shoot half a day of scenes for the episode revisions in season 7, and then I'd go back to the studio and I'd shoot scenes for this second unit episode. So we shot this over the course of probably 4 months. So it wasn't until we were near the end that we started to see how it was all shaping. And then, of course, we get to with what you're talking about, the moment with Dr. Frasier. And the most fair way to put it, again, I'm sure you've talked about this with numerous people, is that we didn't know. We thought we were done. Got this far, and so they wanted something big because it was such a good piecing out to be such a good episode. They wanted a big climax to it and an emotional stake payoff. And it can't just be, Bob number 13, red shirt number 4, because we need to feel something. And because we didn't think we were coming back, that Dr. Frasier seemed to be a natural choice as somebody that the audience had grown to appreciate, and that they weren't going to kill off one of the, the 4 characters, or in General Hammond certainly couldn't be there, and blah, blah, blah. But it's still tough. That's still tough to but I guess I probably had possibly, I can't remember how the exact feeling I had, but I probably had less feeling about it then, thinking we were going to be done, and also having my character having died already too, that I was probably like, well, that's showbiz, kid. But it was probably when we came back in season 8 that I went, well, that sucks. That we found out we're coming back for season 8. It's like, well, but we just did that thing.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to be our doctor? And they played around with a lot of characters playing a doctor in season 8 that never quite found a home. And nothing could replace Terrell. Nothing could replace Dr. Frasier. Nothing could replace Terrell. And for Daniel to be there when that happened, that was important because Terrell and I we've always played around because they were always playing around with the idea of Carter and O'Neill, and their sexual tension, blah blah blah. That just for fun, Terrell and I decided we were going to play that as well. There was influenced by absolutely nothing that we completely came up with it out of thin air, and we just did like lingering looks, like we weren't even thinking that they were going to ever cut to it or use it, but I guess they got a sense that we were doing it, and that's why it became Daniel's job to be there and be that the I guess the recipient of that firsthand grief, because we sort of had this secret relationship that that only we knew about, meaning myself and Terrell, that they thought this is a good time to use that because Carter being there is a natural choice because they have the established relationship, but Daniel being there, it's like the surprise choice. And I love the fact that they also did that scene with Bregman, with Saul and her, so he had an emotional stake in it too. That's good storytelling.
No, absolutely. Yeah, he likes her, and he's making a connection with people there at the command, and he gets it. He's not just Ken Burns, journalist, going in to do to get all this documented for the president and have it locked away for 50 years. No, he connects with the people, and I think that's one of the great things about the scene. But with the two of you in the surgery room at the end, because he's made Daniel think, and even Hammond comes around and says, I'm a big enough man to admit when I'm wrong. This is a great part.
Yeah, it was, and again, a lot of Saul's poking and prodding, and like I said, when one of the things that we always did there was that not a lot of people do, because there's a lot of egos in this business, is best idea wins. And why the hell would I turn my back on your idea when I can take credit for it? Come on, like like so the idea that we would simply be territorial with Saul's notes and input, I'm glad that we didn't, and I'm glad that it was, because it's one of my personal favorite episodes. Again, given where it started and how it was supposed to go, just complete 180 from a clip show to one of the most heartfelt episodes that we did, and that character in 2 episodes is more memorable than most characters on the show. It was powerful. Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. It's our goal to share a new Stargate story every day while we're on break. Please feel free to subscribe to future episodes here on YouTube. And if you have Stargate friends who might like this clip, let them know about us. Be sure to visit dialthegate.com to view the complete archive, as well as transcripts from past interviews. I'll see you on the other side.